Hey, Brinded here. Check out this location, by the way. Oh. It's a little, there's a little picture of a stork there. There's a stork in the area, and if you look over there, do you see that? Hang on, let me see if I can get it. There's a tree in the middle of that field, and on the top of it, there's a big nest, and there's a stork sitting on there, which is pretty cool. In this video I'm going to be talking about the Eagles training camp, and I'll explain that in a second, but this is important if you want to have high performance. You want to be able to be masterless, so that your monkey mind doesn't control you. Okay, and I'm doing a live video because I don't like preparing. I just get the information out of my head. So I came here because I go every day. I did my yoga this morning, then go for a cycle. I have my clients in the afternoon, and this is where I go from my head into my body. So an old lady was talking to me the other day, and she said young people are too, and she's speaking kind of broken English, kind of too in here, and they need to go in there. And I thought, yeah, that's just such simple and excellent information to go by. People spend too much time in their head, and social media amplifies that mind, and it's not good. It's not good at all, and it's just getting worse. So on the other side of it, people from like me, who give you the ability to be able to counter that, they're going to get a lot of work. And so anyway, let's talk about this Eagles training camp. So Eagles training camp, because that is a little bit like an eagle, and the eagle is oh shit, the name's the name has just gone out of my head. You'll know it. It's the Dagestani Khabib, kind of, some say greatest of all time, Jean Saint-Pierre, who everyone thinks is the GOAT, thinks Khabib is the GOAT. But anyway, he's called the Eagle. He lives in the mountains in Dagestan, and supposedly when you go there for training camps, it's brutal. So you go there, it's horrible, but you learn a lot. Now I want to use this idea for when you go stay with your family, or you have to be with someone that annoys you or bothers you, and it's going to happen. It might be at your work, there's someone you don't like, family, there's someone you don't like, and so there's a situation for me at the moment, and I've been talking to a few clients using this analogy. The situation for me at the moment, I'm with someone who, it's not that I don't like him, it's just lots of things kind of annoy me, and it's just a difficult situation, and he might watch this video, so I'm being really careful. But I love him to bits, but there's certain things that trigger me. Now, how do I use this is to become masterless? Well, at the moment, like last night, I was sitting on the end of the bed in the dark, there's quite a moment for me when I sit at the end of the bed in the dark, is where I can really see what's going on with my thoughts. There's no sensory input really, it's just completely dark, and I see what's coming up. And I was going through these scenarios about, like stories in my head I was getting enraged about. And so I was like, wow, I'm getting enraged about something that hasn't happened, that could happen in the future, probably won't. And it's completely controlling me, and it's making me feel shit. And I'm like, okay, just observe this behavior. Now, there's a behavior in me that's been triggered by another person. Now, I can point my finger at that person, but there's always three fingers pointing back. And I'm the one that's getting emotionally involved about something that hasn't happened. So what I realized is, I started to think, well, what is it that really bothers me about this situation? And I had a client the other day, very smart, very, very smart CEO. When I was talking to him about this, he said, okay, so you got to go to first principles in your head. So he's an engineer, a computer scientist, and he always uses first principles in his engineering externally for engineering things, for building. But in our heads, we want to deconstruct things, but still we're going first principles, but de-engineering. We want to get to the first principle. What is the main thing that's the kind of the one drop, the essence of the issue? And so let's say I'm thinking about this person. You'll have a different situation, but this is the principle. You just observe the behavior and then start going, why is this? What's the problem? And it came down to, he doesn't give a shit about others. And so when I thought about that, it came down to, well, if he doesn't give a shit about others, it's like a respect. He doesn't respect people. And what I realized at that moment, when you turn it around and ask yourself, what am I doing here? Am I respecting myself? No, not really. Am I respecting him? No. Like, that's more truthful. It's not that. So he was triggering a wound in me around respect. Now, I don't want to get too much into the energy of that and how to, you can, if you look at my other videos, if you want me to explain more about how to strengthen the weakness that I felt. But there was a weakness around respecting others respecting me, and respecting myself. So I strengthened that instantly calm. Instantly it was gone, and it didn't come up again. So it's almost like there was a combat in my head. I faced this scary, this monster that's making me feel like shit, and I face it and analyze it without fighting it, because most people just shake their head or think about something else or fantasize or daydream or really go into it and feel victim. That's not the combat. You have to, it's like uncombating. It's, if you fight it, you're going to add energy to it. So you just have to observe and look for the truth in that. And what I did was I found the truth, which was nothing to do with him. It was all to do with me. And then I became stronger. I had more energy. I was calmer. My stress hormones just completely calmed down. And so that's kind of like that Dagestani training camp. That's brutal. This is brutal work. This is hard work, but it's very quick when you find the truth. And you become much more performant, and your body is much better afterwards. So this idea of these situations that kind of seem horrible and we avoid, actually, it's like, I'm going to go to Dagestan, into the mountains, and train to become a stronger, better, stronger person. And so the eagle is Khabib. The Eagle training, Dagestani training camp is a brilliant way of framing that internal combat work, that internal dojo. And remember, when you have an opponent, whoever it is, someone bothering you, when they swing their katana, it should just go straight through you. Like, I'm talking not in real life, I'm talking when you're thinking about them, or if they're saying words to you, it should just go straight through that's when you're masterless. But when they're able to trigger you and they catch something inside of you with their katana, and the wound triggers you to go, or to react, to get angry or pissed or cry, that means you're not masterless. So this is the internal environment is where we become masterless. And it's hard work, and most people, 99% of the world's population, won't do it. And they are, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just they're not ready. They've been taught to be to subjugate at school, to compete with others. They're completely caught in their mind. They believe everything that's being fed to them via social media or the news, the government, and that is there's no that sort of system, that hamster wheel. You'll get money maybe, but you're not going to get happiness. You need to go inside and work internally, and that's the truth. The only way you can get freedom from your internal mind and from your reality, if it's not enjoyable, is to go within and become masterless. And that's just how it is. So I've got a little boat coming along there, and I've got some cows in the background chilling, and I'm going to get back onto my bike and get that blood pumping. Okay, hope that was enjoyable. Let me know your thoughts. Love a like, it really helps to know that someone's out there. And talk to you soon. Cheers.